What have you made of Giannis's performance thus far in the playoffs against Miami?
Well, here's the thing about Giannis. As great as he is, the one thing that he is susceptible to, guys, is getting him into a close game. If you can force the Bucks into a one-possession game inside of 3 minutes, that means keep it close, stay within striking distance. Now you start to put the pressure on a guy that has a hard time figuring out how to beat you in those situations, because he's going to go to some sort of a dribble ISO game. You can back off of him. You can commit extra guys to the paint. He feels the pressure of having to get a bucket in those spots as an MVP, and that's when he's gotten himself in trouble. When you're up 20 points in the second quarter and you got a 30-point game in the third quarter, you have completely eliminated all of the pressure on Giannis Antetokounmpo. So the Heat haven't even been able to stay within striking distance to see what Giannis is going to do. Has he improved in terms of, can he beat you a different way than he has in the past? Or, more importantly to me, can the Bucks figure out that in those situations, if they find themselves there, Chris Middleton's a great option because of his ability to make a mid-range shot. Drew Holiday, you picked him up for a reason. He's a great option in those situations because he can make a perimeter shot if that's what the defense is giving you. That's a struggle for Giannis, but to this point, the Heat haven't put the Bucks in that situation, so we're not going to know that probably until the next round. But look, with Jimmy Butler, Goran Dragic, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero all struggle at the same time, you're going to have a problem. And that's what's going on with the Bucks, who are an elite defensive team, and they have absolutely seen chum in the water, and they are trying to get this thing over quickly. Be very surprised if this doesn't end up a sweep.
All right, Legs, chum in the water. I like that. I'm gonna use that. The Dallas Mavs might be seeing such things in the water in terms of the way they've been able to play the Clippers. Han, I'm stealing your question from earlier.
Go.
Are we going to learn about the Clippers tonight? Or are they who we think they are, Legs? In the negative way, mind you.
Well, look, I think they are who we think they are. And there's a big reason, I didn't really give them the benefit of the doubt all season. I don't care what Paul George had to say, and he talked about how this is going to be different. Last year, in the bubble, I was struggling, mentally being into it, and he was talking about some of his struggles he was going through, and it really played into why he played so poorly, particularly in that closeout game against Denver and how they lost that 3-1 lead. He said it was all going to be different this time around. I'm not blaming him for what happened in Game 2. He played very well. Kawhi did what he needed to do. But to me, this is a team that desperately needs vocal, demonstrative leadership. When your best two players are this chill and this laid back and this calm, cool, and collected, I do think it is now something that the Dallas Mavericks are looking at and saying, we've got these guys. They don't fear them. They don't think that they can be taken out of what they want to do offensively. That was the Clippers when they put this thing together originally was, man, when you got Patrick Beverley, Kawhi, Paul George, they're going to just take people out of what they want to run in the half court. Dallas doesn't feel that way. Luka Doncic is doing whatever he wants to do. This team is confident and comfortable because they don't smell a toughness coming from the other side. And I think part of it is the lack of emotion that their best two players play with. And there's something to be said, guys, about leading by example. But sometimes you need more than that. I was hoping Rajon Rondo could add that to this team because certainly he's going to play with a vocal quality to his game. He's going to point things out. He's not afraid to let guys know where they need to be on the court. But I just think it's swallowed up by how cool Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are. And right now, they need more than that. This needs to be an alley fight in Game 3. And I just don't know if that's the makeup of this team. And if that's the case, give me the most highly skilled player in the series, and that's Luka Doncic, because he is controlling it, because he's going where he wants to go. He is not afraid of getting hit. Let's see if the Clippers can turn it into an alley fight, because if they can't, this very well could be a sweep. And think about how shocking that is with the kind of talent we're talking about on the Clippers roster. They've got one game to make this a series, and it is tonight.
And we'll see if the officiating even allows that to happen as well. As you know, that's a big factor in it, no doubt about it. But Tim Legler going Dennis Green on us